All right, let's take a look at Angelina Jolie. This is one I was talking to some people the other day, and I told them about this phenomenon, and I just asked them to name a famous movie star, and they said Angelina Jolie, and I was able to show them in less than a minute, and they believed me, that Angelina Jolie is a man, a transsexual. So here it is, broad shoulders, long arms, especially the upper arm. I believe that's called the humerus, V-shaped torso, as you see there. V-shaped with the pitster. Look at those shoulders, though, man. And there it is right there, the broad shoulders, the long arms, the big hands, the trachea as well, and the jaw. This one has it all. This is actually one of the most easy ones to spot. Look at that, just the overall build right there. Don't let that little curve in the pelvis fool you. They're just bringing in the waist quite a bit. Very, very long arms, unusually long for a man or a woman, I would have to say, almost. A very square skull. Now, there it is right there. Look at that. Some kind of monstrosity, really, if you think about it, you know. Angular jaw, right? It's almost a right angle there. Very square. And the deep set eyes, the prominent brow ridge, as you'll see on quite a few photos. They probably puffed out the lips a bit, and the nose job, you know, got the nose nice and small and the lips nice and big. That's what they did, isn't it? Look at that brow ridge there, man. Probably a few more things this person could do if it had the inclination. Almost looks like it's balding a bit there. I don't know if these people usually wear wigs or what the deal is with the hair. Very low body fat there, unusually low. Yeah, it's packing heat, all right. United Nations spokesperson. Of course, the UN is filled with trannies as well. The androgynous elite encircling the world, traveling the world with those arms, man. Look at the forearm and the hands. Not very feminine, is it? There it kind of looks like that Wonder Woman actor. Very similar face. Look at those hands and the fingers. All right. I mean, I was able to show this to people, just regular people who'd never heard of this phenomenon before. Within less than a minute, they were able to be like, wow. And they were pointing out stuff to me. They were like, look at that jaw and look at the eyes, the brow ridge. You know, people basically know, you know, you can see the Adam's apple now and then, maybe not on every photo. So this is a good one to just tell, you know, a good starting point for people, I think. It's a smoke and mirrors, man. Makeup, wardrobe, hair, all the externals, you know. Underneath is the skull and the bones of a man. So don't let and they're trying to exaggerate all these, just caking on the makeup. And now this is interesting here. I don't know what's going on with that scar where the jaw line ends. I don't know if that's a facelift, prominent jaw there. That's for sure. These wacky tattoos as well there. It's essentially a straight up and down torso. Now it's swinging the butt out to our left a little bit. It's kind of hunching down a bit to try to get some curvature. There's the Adam's apple. A small nose, right? So they just give it a nose job. You know, soft tissue can easily be changed. Hard tissue like the shoulder bones cannot be changed so easily. Now, I believe they are able to shave down the eyebrow ridge, facial feminization package or whatever. So I'm not sure why this person didn't do more of that. Whoa, see those deep set eyes, man. Right? And just compare your own body to this body, you know. Good way to do it. Break out the smartphone, Google a few images, and show people. Now, they'll probably all think you're crazy and make fun of you, right? Because, you know, people are sheep. It's that herd mentality. You know, that's how deception wins. If they can deceive everybody, then those who know the truth are the minority and they're made fun of, right? That's how deception works. The more people you deceive, the more they succeed, actually, right? And they've deceived the whole world through the deception delivery device of television and movies. So I'm encouraged, though, actually, that people are able to see this so clearly, just random people, you know. So, but they got to see the images. So break out this phone, just Google your own images. It doesn't take too long with this one. You don't even have to show them the video, you know. It's those lips that kind of fool people, I think. So it's just Botox and stuff, isn't it? You know, the father was an actor, so the father's in Hollywood. It's basically a bunch of Freemasons, Satanists kind of people. The hermaphrodite, goat god, Pan, all that stuff. There's large feet there, hand on the hips. It's amazing this person has, you know, just deceived us for so long. And that's another thing about deception, the psychology of deception. Is that it's hard for us to admit we've been deceived. I know for me it has been in the past. There it is, hanging out with government officials. Yeah, just everything about this person is extremely, you know, it's surgically enhanced. it's bioengineered. When it's younger, what was I saying? Oh, the psychology of deception is that we've all seen these people, right? There's no way they could get away with it, People would have found out. Well, they're all in on it, man. They're all trannies or married to a tranny, right? There it is when it's younger. See that body, that lean, bony, muscular body. But it's the pelvis, man. Women have a wide pelvis for childbirth. Men do not. Men have wide shoulders. Women do not. Women's pelvis is basically just as wide as their shoulders, more or less. You're going to find a little bit of a variation there, but nothing like this. All right. And once in a while, sure, you'll meet like a Scandinavian woman with a prominent jaw and all these kind of things. But, with the brow ridge and the whole thing, the whole package deal, we got ourselves a tranny, all right, with big lips. It's got those Mick Jagger lips, And it gets so skinny, So this one must become more obvious if it gains weight or something. I don't know. I don't know why they get this skin and bones look, as if they think anyone would think that's attractive, or it must make them look more feminine. Some of them, the fat disguises it. Others, it makes it more obvious. There's weird tattoos. I'm not sure what all these mean or what's going on there. It looks like it's got a bit of a Cambodian Angkor motif. I'm not sure. I haven't analyzed those tattoos, but we can only imagine what kind of evil these things, these people do, behind the scenes, And okay, now it's supposedly pregnant. It's a fake pregnant belly, all right? Why is Angelina turning Shiloh, who's supposedly a girl, into a boy? So the story is that it's a girl, and they're changing it into a boy. So already there's, transpocalypse propaganda going on, right? Of course, twins, IVF, right? It could have been in vitro. Yeah, it was. Thank you for telling me. I set up these photos a while ago. I forgot. Yeah, so it's an IVF twins kind of situation there. I think the kids are already a boy, They're doing the double reverse deception. I don't know why they do that. It's already deceiving enough, man. It's getting hard. It's very confusing for me. There's Brad Pitt as a young boy or young girl, should we say. Very confusing. Is this a girl turned into a boy, or is it a boy turned into a girl who's turned back into a boy, turned back into a girl? You know what I mean? Very confusing. But it's, essentially what they worship is the androgyne. Right? I think that's the goal, is to become androgynous. When they throw out these words, pansexual or whatnot, non-binary. Non-binary means neither male nor female, which is androgynous. They don't use that androgyny word too often, but they're starting to use it. So I think these people I think they're trying to change the world into an androgynous world as much as possible. Oh, and by the way, just this week, according to the Church of Sweden, God is a tranny. No, this idea of an androgynous God has been around for a while here and there. A lot of New Agers believe this, Hindus, all these kind of people. Comes out of Babylon, the Freemasons, basically, And so it's happening. This week this happened, all right? And just, a couple of months ago, the Church of England was encouraging children to explore the many, how did they phrase it, cloaks of identity or something, straight out of the Kabbalah and the Talmud. Straight out of Babylon, man. Straight out of Satan's mind, all right? So they're pushing this image of the androgynous God. And guess what? God created people in his own image, right? So, well, if God's androgynous, then I guess we're androgynous too, huh? Wow. So this is what churches, all right? England, Sweden, and it's going to roll out all over the world in churches, all right? And that's why, I get my truth from the Bible. I do not get it from churches, all right? So a lot of people think they're the same thing. They're different. They're entirely different. There's no organized religion in the world that teaches out of the Bible accurately and thoroughly and correctly, in my experience and in my opinion. It's Brad Pitt again, the feminine face. Yeah, he's younger then, of course, yeah, but, something going on there, that's for sure. It's hard for people to admit that they don't know this and that they've been deceived. I think that's the hardest thing about deception. With anything, 9/11, moon landing, you name it, People don't like to admit they've been fooled, right? They feel kind of embarrassed or, and it makes them very uneasy that there's, these people who control the mass media and the government are lying to them. That's not a very fun, pleasant way to, to think about things. It's kind of a buzzkill, isn't it? People want to just basically have a good time. It's kind of a downer for people. But I know for me, at least, I have a solution. Even though the world is full of deception and lies and evil, more than I ever could possibly have imagined, and I'm more aware of it now than I ever have been, I'm an optimist. Because the future is maybe not maybe not the short-term future. And there it is. That might be what it looks like when it's hanging around the house here. I'm not sure. It's a secret, though, right? It's a 666 secret.
Baby, the truth is out, so don't deny. Baby, to think I believed in all your lies. Darling, I can't stand to see your face.